Getting your pricing right per item and according to perceived value will place you in good stead to increase your overall profit margins while keeping your customers happy and fulfilled. To reach these levels, there's some do's and don'ts that you as a cafe owner need to follow. And I'm going to share with you those in this week's Daily Espresso. Hi, I'm Nadi, Elias, and this is the Daily Espresso. The mistakes I see made by a lot of cafe owners are general mistakes that are unrelated to other pricing and sales methods and are being made for no apparent reason other than everyone else is doing it, so should I. But some of these mistakes are subjective to the business structure. However, it's the disruptive ones that are standing out. To make sure you're standing out for the right reasons, not the wrong, there are some do's and don'ts that you need to follow. Number one, don't just charge more because it costs you more. You know, a huge misconception exists among business owners that they should be passing on every cost they incur to their customers. Wrong. You're in business to add value to your customers in everything that you do. You should be pricing your products and services based on perceived value and what someone is willing to pay for that value. If your customers value it more than what it costs you to produce, and you are making an overall profit by selling it, then keep selling it. 2, don't follow others when it comes to pricing. Stop looking sideways. If you're pricing based on perceived value, chances are you're pricing better than your competitors. Understanding what your competitors are selling and how much they're selling those products for can of course help with your initial thoughts. But of course, by all means, do the research you can, but don't play their game. If you're doing everything else right, the price, providing that it's reasonable, you charge won't deter people from buying from you. Remember that you're not competing on price. You know, you're not working in a competitive market that's based on commoditized products. Stay close to your competitors' pricing, but don't match it just for the sake of it. Number 3, stay away from commoditizing your products. If you go down the line of competing on price with your competitors, you're going to get pulled into the commoditization vortex. You're soon competing against 7-Eleven convenience stores that are selling coffee for $1. Like, do you really want to get into that battle? Number 4, charge what the customer is willing to pay, but don't ask them what they're willing to pay for it. I think that's pretty simple. Number 5, do change your prices whenever you want. I don't get why cafes put their prices up on January 1. Are your customers expecting to pay more each year the same time? 6, don't plan to make a loss on any product. You know, loss leaders are a funny concept around making a loss on one product to then sell another, much higher margin product. And they end up with an overall profit per customer per transaction. Now, supermarkets do this well, but your business is not a supermarket, so don't do this. I don't think you should be making a loss on anything you sell. If you're making a loss on it, take it off your menu or get it cheaper. Number 7, don't worry about small price increases. An extra 10 cents doesn't get noticed when you're adding value. I'm more than happy to pay 10 cents extra for my coffee when it's good, consistent, and the cafe team knows my name, what coffee I like to drink in the morning, and like I said, I appreciate value. Number 8, do have consistent prices. I've been into cafes with one set of prices for weekday trading, another for weekend trading, another for public holidays. Really? Now I know it's a contentious issue, but it's confusing. You know, get out of the mindset of making customers feel like they have to incur your costs of doing business. There are other ways of spreading your costs across your menu and charging one price all the time. Do get your credit card surcharges right. If you charge me a fee to pay by Visa or MasterCard, don't expect me back in your cafe ever again. You're having a laugh. And if you're going to accept American Express, sure, charge a fee, but still do it at your peril. And don't rob your customers. Word of advice here, make sure you're not passing on a higher surcharge than what you've been charged, as you'd be breaking the law in Australia if you're doing that. Number 10, do get your pricing strategy right. A pricing strategy can make or break your business. Get it right and you can enjoy the benefits of having more profit and more cash. Get it wrong and you can do some serious damage to your business. Much of it takes trial and error, so make sure you price what you sell by the value you're offering. Do this through a balanced strategy of pricing and make sure you're following the do's and don'ts I've mentioned when setting your prices. You may already know all of this by having enough experience in the industry. Whatever you do, don't set your prices by osmosis. And if you need help or have any questions on how to determine the value of your products, set your pricing, cost your menu, reach out through the comment section or hit me up with a message. I'm Nadi, Elias, and this is the Daily Espresso. Get cracking.